What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Also, if you do enjoy the video or find it helpful, drop me a like. Finally, follow my Twitter. There's a link in the description. I'll be dropping some more NBA 2K content over there, and enjoy the video. In today's video, I'll be giving you guys an ultimate dribbling tutorial for both beginners and advanced players. So starting off with the basics, we of course have to start with the Curry slide. This move is super duper overpowered and super popular in the community, but it's also extremely easy to do. All you have to do is simply hold your right stick diagonally down towards your off-ball hand. So if the ball is in my right hand, I'll hold my right stick to around 8 o'clock, and if it's in my left hand, I'll hold it to around 4 o'clock. Also, to do the Curry slide, you need to have the Pro 2 size of escape package, so make sure you equip that. Next, for the explosive behind the back, all you have to do for this move is flick your right stick diagonally down towards your off-ball hand, kind of like a Curry slide, but then also follow it up by holding your left stick diagonally up towards your off-ball hand. So if the ball's in my right hand, I'll flick to around 8 o'clock, wait a split second, and then hold my left stick to around 10 o'clock. If the ball's in my left hand, I'll flick my right stick to around 4 o'clock, wait a split second, and then hold my left stick to around 2 o'clock. Next, for the moving behind the back, for this move, you need to be using a Pro 3 to do this move. All you need to do is, while holding turbo and running straight, is flick your right stick diagonally down towards your off-ball hand. So if the ball's in my right hand, I'll flick it to around 8 o'clock. If it's in my left hand, I'll flick it to around 4 o'clock. Next, for the moving step back, for this move, you need to be running with turbo to either side. Then just simply flick down on the right stick to pull off the step back. On to the Pro 1 standstill between the legs drill move. All you have to do for this is just simply flick your right stick across towards your off-ball hand. So if the ball's in my right hand, then I'll flick it to around 9 o'clock. And to my left hand, I'll flick it to around 3 o'clock. This move is most effective if you do it twice, and it's really good if you do it into a Curry slide or into a speed boost. The last move on the beginner's tutorial is going to be the step back. I would recommend doing this move with either Pro 1 or Pro 3 size of escape package, because Pro 2 size of escape package has a pretty bad step back. To do this move, all you have to do is hold turbo and flick down on the right stick. So those 5 moves are pretty much going to wrap it up for the basic dribbling tutorial. Honestly, if you go into the park, pretty much 90% of players will be using strictly these moves, and maybe even a couple other moves, but it's going to be majority these ones right here. Moving on to the advanced ISO dribble moves. Starting this list off is going to be the BD cancel. To do this move, you need to equip the Park 14 Park Size Up, as well as you must have Hall of Fame tight handles. To start things off, you're going to want to click your left stick down like it's a button. Then you're going to want to wait a split second and hold your left stick down, but a little bit towards your off-ball hand. So if the ball is in my right hand, I will hold turbo, press my left stick down, and then wait a split second and hold my left stick to around 7 o'clock. And then if the ball is in my left hand, it'd be the exact same thing, but hold my left stick to around 5 o'clock instead. For the next move in the advanced dribbling tutorial is going to be the half spin. All you have to do for this move is, while running backwards, rotate your right stick from the bottom to the side. If the ball's in your right hand, then you rotate it from the bottom to the right. And if it's in your left hand, rotate it from the bottom to the left. On to the nutmeg. To do this move, you need to be running straight with turbo and then flick your right stick diagonally down to your off-ball hand. Kind of like you're doing a moving behind the back, but then you're going to want to flick immediately straight up. So if the ball's in my right hand, I would flick it to around 8 o'clock and then immediately flick up. If the ball's in my left hand, I'd flick to around 5 o'clock and then immediately flick straight up to 12 o'clock. Next, for the basic 1 spin back, you need to be running straight and rotate your right stick from the side to the top. If the ball's in your right hand, you would rotate it from the left to the top. If it's in your left hand, you would rotate it from the right to the top. This move isn't super effective on its own, but it's super good if you combo out of it, especially with a backwards L2 spin. To do the backwards L2 spin, you need to be first, of course, doing the basic 1 spin. And then right before the spin animation finishes, you're going to want to hold L2 and hold your left stick diagonally down to your off-ball hand without turbo. And then once you see this little between the legs happen, you're going to want to hold turbo and rotate your right stick from the side to the top. If the ball is in your right hand, you'd rotate it from the left to the top. And if it's in your left hand, you rotate it from the right to the top. So all in all, if the ball is in your right hand and you've just done the basic 1 spin, you would hold left trigger, hold your left stick to around 7 or 8 o'clock. Then once you see this little between the legs happen, hold turbo, and rotate your right stick from the right to the top. Also, one really quick bonus move is going to be the diesel spin. To do this move, it is legit just the exact same thing as the L2 spin, but you have to start more sideways on the basic 1 spin. The last and final move / moves of today's video is going to be the connectors, such as this sliding behind the back, which is my personal favorite. To do this move, you need to be holding turbo and holding your left stick to one direction. And then when you want to do the connector, you just hold your left stick to the opposite direction that you're running. Overall, if you guys can master all of these moves in this tutorial, you guys can become a dribble god. All you really have to do from there is just put them together. Right now, you guys are seeing a combo that may seem complicated, but once you break it down into these little moves, trust me, it's really simple. Anyways, you guys, it's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out so much. Like the video if you enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.